Good evening and welcome to the Nevis newscast for today, Wednesday, March 2nd, 2016. I'm Bronte Swanston Hendrickson. A technical team from the Japan International Cooperation Agency, JICA, visited Nevis yesterday, Tuesday, March 1st. The purpose of the visit was to discuss a project on technical cooperation to promote energy efficiency in Caribbean countries. The team, led by Senior Advisor at JICA, Tadayuki Ogawa, met with Minister responsible for Natural Resources and Environment, the Honorable Alexis Jeffers, and Jervin Swanston, General Manager of the Nevis Electricity Company Limited, NEVLEC. Minister Jeffers highlighted the main aspects and the benefits to be derived from the project.
The technical cooperation for this project will be dispatching experts to St. Kitts and Nevis, and basically what would be garnered from this particular project is the providing of technical training to Kittitians and Nevisians, also providing the government of St. Christopher and Nevis with equipment, machinery and material so as to ensure this project is implemented properly, and also providing technical assistance to nationals of third countries with participation of the government of St. Kitts and Nevis, or its responsible agency. Now, what that means is that quite possibly with all of the other countries involved, then there may be cross-training at some point in time where Nevisians or Kittitians can go to Barbados or can go to Jamaica.
Chaperoned by Minister Jeffers and Swanston, the JICA technical team also met with NEVLEC's technical team at its offices at the Value Mart complex, the proposed site for the waste-to-energy plant at Long Point, NEVLEC's power plant at Prospect, the geothermal site at Hamilton, and the wind turbine farm at Maddens.
Now, visiting this wind farm, we could realize that in this country already the renewable energy is on the ground, and we hope that we'll be able to assist the country to promote more and more renewable energy, and also including the promotion of the energy efficiency in the country.
And of course, being as advanced as we are in our quest for geothermal and our quest for any form of renewables, having been the first island in the OECS back in 2009 when we commissioned this very wind farm, we are very pleased for any assistance at all that we can get. And so we really welcome JICA coming on board and the assistance that you guys are bringing.
Thank you.
Of course, all the studies and all the help that we need, we know that you guys will be here for us. And so this is a big plus for us here at NEVLEC.
The JICA technical team also toured the geothermal site at Spring Hill. Nevisians were honored on Sunday, February 28th at the St. Paul's Anglican Church Hall for their contributions in the preservation of archives, marine environment and the arts. The event was organized by the History and Heritage Committee, chaired by Nicole Lawrence.
It is our creative genius that allows us to be committed and to be successful people. The arts represents the womb. It is where we create better ways to fish, to navigate the seas, to paint, to draw, to create music, to preserve our history. And as we listen to the profiles this afternoon of our esteemed awardees, we will all recognize that there's something special that allows us to pursue all these passions, and it is about the arts. Music, dance, drama, art allows all of us to express ourselves, but moreover, it allows us to escape to a place where we could be one with ourselves and our Creator.
At the event dubbed Evening with the Arts, Executive Director of the Nevis Historical and Conservation Society, Evelyn Henville, read the profiles of the awardees in the field of archive preservation. The awardees for that field were Eugenie Hector, Lornette Hanley, and Gail Dorr. Education Officer Cynthia Grenion presented the awardees with their certificates. The awardees for marine environment were Captain Arthur Anslin, Franklin Daniel, whose daughter Charmaine Hanley accepted on his behalf, Emil Pemberton, whose sister Pauletta Pemberton accepted on his behalf, Captain Winston Skeet, whose niece accepted on his behalf, and Horace Thompson, and Luther Williams. The presentations were made by Lawrence. Grenion also read the profiles of the awardees who received awards in the area of arts preservation. They were the Advent Minstrels, Chesley Manners, Walter Morton, Lyra Richards, Irma Johnson, Orville Storrod of the Sugar Hill String Band, and David Freeman of the Honeybees String Band. Eugene Pemberton accepted on his behalf. The evening was punctuated with various cultural presentations. Residents of the Handlers Road community are reminded that the flow of vehicular traffic will be interrupted tonight to facilitate asphalt paving works on the road. That work, according to Director of the Public Works Department, Raoul Pemberton, the Handlers Main Road will be closed from 11:30 p.m. to 4:30 a.m. and no traffic will be allowed in or out during this period.
Once again, I would like to ask the general public, the motoring public, to bear with us while we undertake this important aspect of the project, that is the asphalt paving on Wednesday evening from 12 midnight till about 4 a.m. That would be from Rice's down to the Middle Works, the first access to Middle Works. This phase is the second portion of the Hanleys Road Rehabilitation Project. And we've spent just a few months on it, just about 5 months on this section. The retaining walls, I think that was the most difficult portion because of the time that it took to undertake it.
The asphalt paving will complete the second phase of the Handlers Road Rehabilitation Project. According to Pemberton, the last phase of the project will commence soon.
The next phase is from the community center to the bottom. This is the third and final phase. Some preliminary works have already started, some survey works, some marking out, and a bit of excavation. Shortly, we anticipate the water department to come in and do some installation of the water pipes. And a bit more work would be seen within about 2 weeks or so. We've done quite a bit and we've gotten some momentum. So we anticipate that with that momentum, we will complete it shortly. We have had some setbacks, rain and other factors, but I think we are doing pretty good given the circumstances. Last year we did say that we would finish it within the first half, and that is our aim. So we should. With all expectations that we would actually finish it then.
Director of the Public Works Department, Raoul Pemberton. Still to come.
As Damien indicated, there are a number of sensors that were installed around the island.
The details after this break.
Everybody feeling so irate. The other festival is so great.
Welcome to Nevis.
It's easy to believe that all Caribbean islands are the same until you visit Nevis.
Nevis is the Caribbean of a bygone era.
You will enjoy a most intimate vacation on Nevis. You're only a stranger here once.
We offer exclusive and barefoot luxury stays.
With only 400 hotel rooms, our island may be exclusive.
But a warm, genuine and friendly welcome is just everywhere.
We look forward to meeting you.
Visit nevisisland.com.
Welcome back. Reverend Telford Matthew and his congregation at the Chancellor Methodist Church have pledged their support to the efforts of the Royal St. Christopher and Nevis Police Force. Deputy Commissioner of Police Hilroy Brandy and the officers assigned to the Nevis Division joined Reverend Matthew and his congregation on February 28th for Sunday worship as a unit. Reverend Matthew said it was a great pleasure to have the officers worship with his congregation and appreciated their sharing their vision of the way forward. A sizable group of officers represented the 4 stations as a collective body to reflect on the grace and mercy that has been afforded to them, said Inspector Conrad Bertie, adding that police work is inherently dangerous and they felt that they should seek God's continuous blessings. He said the service also provided an opportunity for the officers to engage the community and expressed gratitude for the warm welcome they were afforded. Some officers commented that the expressions of encouragement for their work gave them a boost, while several other officers said they enjoyed the service and the opportunity to interact with the members of the church, as many of them were from the families with which they interacted in the past weeks while engaged in Operation Meet and Greet, the community walkthrough. Inspector Bertie also extended an invitation to Reverend Matthew to join the officers on a community walkthrough, which he accepted. Floyd Liebert of the Department of Agriculture has given the assurance that the participants who recently received training in the Nevis flood mitigation project will be putting the vital information learned during the exercise into effect. The 2-week workshop involved training in monitoring recently installed rain gauge and radar water level early warning systems through maintenance and data management.
We looked at how to delineate a watershed, runoff, surface flow, all that would affect the whole flooding process. We also learned how to download the information from these systems that were set up across the island. The rainfall data, how to go about interpreting those data so that it makes sense to us. I just want to say on behalf of the participants, we want to say thank you to Damien, Mr. Boyce, which is not here, Mr. Cox, who would have been one of our lecturers also. We want to say hearty thank you to you guys for imparting your knowledge on us. I know this would go a long way in uplifting the island of Nevis, and from the agricultural perspective, this will go a long way in terms of crop management.
Director of the Nevis Disaster Management Department, Brian Dyer, who is part of the training, is pleased that there is another avenue to warn of the threat of flooding.
It's part of our comprehensive disaster management processes. We have a number of hazards that we are looking at, and this is just one component that in our gambit of 10 hazards that affect Nevis. And we are pleased that we have added some technological advancement to the rudimentary measures of getting information out to the general public with regards to flooding.
The training concluded on Friday with the installation of a siren station in the vicinity of Ram's Supermarket. This is in addition to rain gauge and radar water level early warning systems which have been installed at Bath Stream, Spring Hill, Morgan Estate and Nisbet Plantation. And that concludes tonight's presentation of the Nevis Newscast. I'm Bronte Swanston Hendrickson. Thank you for viewing. Good night.